Now, when it comes to Tariq's character, there's obviously more that we're going to be able to see from him throughout the entire series. And in this video, I basically wanted to explore five main things that I believe we're going to be able to see from Tariq in this next upcoming season. The first and main thing that I believe Tariq is going to do is start to expand his business. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes that he made in the past was keeping his business in one place and not really considering all of his options when it came to expanding. And just based on the preview, you can clearly tell that he's going to, be doing just that. He's going to be getting into Wall Street and finding ways to cash in more bigger checks compared to back then. And I feel like this will only benefit not only him but Monet's family and his business relationship with Monet, which is why I believe that he is working with Kane, and in order for him to do this successfully, he's going to need a team of people that he can trust and that he's familiar with, which is what this first look photo pretty much shows us, which leads us into the second big thing that I believe Tariq will be doing. And I feel like he's going to sort of be testing people and sort of trying to see who they really are, because as we all know, this whole drug operation could have easily, collapsed if Braden had just happened to snitch on him. And I feel like he's going to do everything in his power so that nothing that he's involved with gets to that point again. And I feel like he's going to try to make sure that Braden is not hiding anything from him like he basically was last season, and that he has 100% of his trust, which could lead to Braden revealing certain things that he may not want to reveal, which probably explains why he's getting punched in this scene. But at the end of the day, those two characters have such good chemistry, and I feel like they're going to remain brothers. But I feel like Braden is going to struggle with trusting him just based on what's happened in the past. And I feel like Braden is going to be that character that brings Tariq's character back down to earth when it comes to the whole drug business. In the preview, he's clearly telling him that all that they do is basically ruin people's lives with what they sell, with what they make their money with.
We ruin people's lives, Reek.
And as we all know, when it comes to the war of power, the same energy you put out is the same energy you get back at the end of the day. Tariq is going to try his best from this point forward to move smarter than what he's moved in the past, because he's well aware of how dangerous the game that he's playing is. Now, moving on to the third main thing that I believe Tariq will be doing in this next season is basically trying to get back to his family and trying to get his family back together. One of the things that motivates him the most and has pretty much driven him in this past 2 seasons is doing things for his family. I feel like that's not going to go away in this next season. I feel like he's going to try to figure out a way that he can get to his family. For him to successfully do that, he's going to have help from somebody that's inside, somebody that can get him what he wants, whether it be Sax or Davis. I feel like he's going to continue to fight to have his family, to be able to see his family. There's no way that he's going to be able to be successful and to be able to function without being around the people that he knows, basically, the people that he loves. So there's no way that I believe that they're going to continue the show without ever showing Tasha or his family, which leads us into the fourth main thing. I feel like he's going to do his best to try to rebuild that connection with Tommy if he knows that it will benefit him and Monet's family and their drug business. At the end of the day, it's something that I really see him doing. It's all about making more money. When it comes to the Power Universe, the things that drives the characters is all about making more money and having more power than what they used to have in the past. And I feel like it's not gonna stop. And I feel like that drive for more money and more power is not gonna stop with Tariq's character. I feel like him and Tommy will at some point link back up in this next upcoming season, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how they pull it off at the end of the day. Now, going on to the fifth main thing, if you've been paying very close attention to the previous season and some of the clues that they sort of thrown in there, and if you've seen my theories that have gone viral about Ghost potentially still being alive, you can catch a lot of things in this past season where they sort of hinted towards the fact that there's a huge possibility that Ghost is still out there, especially with a letter. The producers of the show don't do things like that by accident. That was all in there for a reason, and I feel like season 2 is not the only season where we're going to be seeing those type of things. The new showrunner has a history of making really twisted shows, and I feel like he's gonna continue, putting in clues of Ghost potentially still being alive. But one of the things that I sort of caught, Tariq doing in the previous season was noticing the fact that, Ghost suspiciously had everything sort of, planned out. Tariq is noticing that it's almost as if Ghost knows exactly what he's doing, like if he's still watching him, basically. And I believe this is why he asked Ghost's lawyer this question.
I just want custody of Yasmin.
Yes, and you were also just arrested, so she went back into the system. This is what your father wanted, Mr. St. Patrick. In the event that no actual family was available, Yasmin should be adopted and her last name changed to protect her from whoever may have wiped out the family. Your father also instructed that the adoption records be sealed so that once she's gone, she can't be found.
He had all of this set up before he died.
Again, like I said, the producers of the show did not put things like this in the show by accident. It's there for a reason, and I believe that they're going to continue doing those type of things. And the more that they do it, the more that we're going to see this type of reaction coming from Tariq, and the more that he's going to want, some real answers. And I feel like he's going to get to the bottom of how exactly this lawyer basically has something, that sets him back pretty much. Whenever he's trying to do something to get himself out of a situation, there's always this sort of roadblock. And it always goes back to Ghost. Just like with the letter, just like with the situation, I believe that we're going to have more hints of Ghost potentially still being out there. And if you guys have been caught up to speed with the whole entire, news that have been going on with the show, there's talks of, us being able to see more of Ghost's character and a potential spin-off that's set in London. And when it comes to Ghost possibly knowing one of these new characters from this upcoming season, I'll basically explore that in another video that I'll be making about, Ghost and what we could possibly see from his character in the future. Stay tuned for that. But let me know your predictions down below. What are some of the things that you're expecting to see from Tariq's character in this next upcoming season? Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.